my dear Sagittarius, this is a love reading, a prediction for the month of October with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And as an extended member to this channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's a 4 elements reading up. How will my spiritual powers develop for the full members to this channel? And a personal growth reading, what will Mercury retrograde in Libra bring up, is available for all the members to the channel. Subscribe and then check out the many perks through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I can recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for September to get a context. And this is the prediction for October. And I will start reading your cards, and I use the Tarot de la NUIT. And when I open your deck here, I see the moon together with the devil. So it seems like you're dealing with a person that's a little bit troubled. They are anxious. They also have a lot of self-hatred. They don't think that they are a good person. They might feel ashamed of themselves or their own behavior. They also feel very insecure. And they don't have the skill set to make this situation run smoothly, okay? So that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Hierophant together with the devil. So they're probably going to make it look as if they have their shit under control. So they might look at like a very cool or competent person, but internally they are full of shame and insecurity, even self-loathing energy. But they want to look responsible or mature or collected. So this might be how they will present themselves. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the 7 of Pentacles together with the devil. So there's some kind of block here. It's as if they have compartmentalized one part of them. So they can't see their whole self. Their more put together self aren't really 100% aware of their self-loathing self. So they might think that they are a person that think greatly of themselves and that are competent, responsible. They just feel on top of things. But they have a big shadow which they are not acknowledging. Okay. So I call the 6 elements. And there we have the Magician together with the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like they will try anything to not look like a failure. They will try anything to look in control. So anytime they get kind of squeezed or triggered into looking as if they don't have control, or if they don't come out on top, or not, if you can expose them as not being, totally cool or okay with the situation, that will be a real trigger for this person. Okay, so 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Sagittarius viewers. So it was some cards wanting to turn in reversed. 3 of Wands together with 2 of Wands. I think this person is pretty competent actually dealing with their own crap. Like they have a lot of things that isn't working out well for them internally. And yet they are really putting in a lot of effort to kind of display themselves as a good person and do actions that are responsible or are reflecting a mature personality. So kind of fake it until you make it approach. So I don't think, I think this person is trying the best they can. They don't feel like they are very successful. They probably have a lot of anxiety with the moon and the 5 of cups, but it's almost heroic how much they are trying to be the person that they want to be. So I think this person is putting a lot of pressure on themselves that most of us aren't. But so it doesn't come naturally, their chivalry behavior or them taking responsibility. They really need to take control of themselves and like really aim to be on their in their best self. So they really have this battle inside of them between kind of good and evil in their eye. From my perspective, it's not good and evil. It's more about that there's a part of them that probably needs more attention and healing. But they are kind of skipping this step and just going straight towards controlling themselves to be on their best behavior. Okay. So I'll tune in for a few seconds here to you and the person most on your mind. Sometimes this will be a person that have you most on their mind. Or it can go both ways. And I want to see your relationship in October. This is the new bottom of the deck, 3 of Pentacles. So again, I'm seeing this person really trying to be like a trooper, like a person that apply themselves and try to do the best in the situation, even though they don't really have the personality or the tools for this to come naturally. Old bottom of the deck is the 9 of Swords. So I think when they are going against what most people see as behavior from a good person, they feel a lot of shame afterwards, a lot of guilt. They really feel as if they need to control themselves and shape up and do better, because whenever they fail, they feel really bummed out about it. They can have a lot of sleepless night. They can be very anxious. They can come attacks of self-hatred and kind of a lot of blame, that they're blaming themselves. And it's probably horrible for this person, but it also inspires them or pushes them to aim for becoming a better person. So if in some ways it's good, in other ways it's not particularly self-loving. Okay, so this is what's on your mind with the person most on your mind. This is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind with you. And this is your feelings towards them, the bond between you two, their feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for October, and their behaviors and attitudes. So we'll start to look at the situation here. And it's the Ace of Swords. So I think this person has a great awareness. They are aware of when they have done something wrong and how they did it wrong and what they need to do to improve that. In the actual moment when it happens, they might be acting from their shadow, but afterwards they can look at the situation and see how they went wrong. So they really have, when they are in their awakened personality, they really have a very good grip on the situation, and they kind of know what it is that they need to change or do better. So I'm pretty impressed with that, actually. This is what's on your mind, 9 of Wands. You probably are pretty upset with this person. They might have put you through a little bit of a hell, and you don't want that to repeat in your future. So you might have turned your back against them and put really firm boundaries towards them, and becoming more oriented to taking care of yourself, not leaning at them at all, but actually doing everything for yourself and trusting yourself and or people in your life that you find trustworthy, which is not this person. So they probably have made you very disappointed in the past with their behavior, and they are well aware of this. Okay. This is what's on their mind, and it's the Tower. So probably this reaction from you when you kind of had enough, you had it up to here, and there was something happening that kind of triggered you to, it was like your cup was full, or there was the last straw that broke the camel's back, and now you're not going to put your best effort into this relationship or into this person anymore. 9, it's connected to the Hermit, so it's about you really taking care of yourself. And they got the message, okay? The message is loud and clear. Tower, it was like a Tower moment for them, because probably you have supported them in the past in some way that they're not getting the support now, and it was really like the rug was pulled under their feet, and it had a great impact on them. So you having enough was a really eye-opener for this person. So this is the energy between you two, or the bond between you two. Both are very disappointed. You are very disappointed on them. They are very disappointed on them, and what their actions or their word led to, like the consequences that it had. It's filling their eyes with tears. For you, it's probably just, I'm so disappointed with you. Now I'm going to lean towards yourself. So for you, it's like a little bit of a strengthening exercise, but for them it's just like a big boot trampled all over them, and they really feel as if they really screwed up this time, okay? So it doesn't have to be a big thing. It was the last thing. you don't tolerate any more BS from this person. So your feelings towards them, 7 of Swords. It seems like you have lost hope and are running away from the situation. You don't think that it can be fixed, and you might have very ominous feeling about this other person's intentions, that maybe for the first time you feel like you see them in the truthful light. Maybe you feel as if you have kind of seen them as a much better person than what they actually were, or more loving and than they actually were, or maybe you saw them as a good person, and now you really doubt if that judgment was true. So you're leaving all your previous assumptions and ideas about this person behind, and starting to crystallize like a new vision of this person that's pretty negative. So what you put a lot of hope into this situation, a lot of love possibly into this situation, but now you feel like you have seen their true face, and it's not a relationship you want to entertain. And here we have the 10 of Swords with them, so they are really broken up about it. It might even be that they are thinking, what's the point of their life when you are not in it? And they might have very self-destructive thoughts about this, because they really feel as if it was their fault. We can see the kind of landscape they are living in right now. But hopefully this will make this person stronger, like the sheer view of being able to see this and understand this and see through one's own shadows and see, oh God, I really did this, or I really said that. I don't know what came over me, or how could I betray my person like this? So they're seeing it really clearly. This can be really a wake-up call for this person to have this kind of self-scrutiny moment, and this kind of pain will also, if they survive it, it will hopefully trigger a change with them, that they will never try that again or do that again. Sometimes we lose awareness and we go back into our shadow because certain parts of us isn't healed. So we might have kind of addictions, things that we do that's self-destructive and destructive towards others, but it's some kind of soothing. It has some kind of soothing mechanism that makes us feel like we can cope with a difficult situation. So whenever we lose our awareness, we might go back to that old behavior simply because we are addicted to it. So we really need to heal the wounds that made these addictions necessary in the first place. So this person has a lot of self-healing to do, but it starts with this seeing through their own BS and realizing that a change is needed. So right now they are in a point where they can see things clearly, but they will probably go back into their shadow being again and do this kind of addictive actions, where they might have an actual substance addiction, or it might be an addiction to some sort of self-destructive behavior. Okay, and this is your behaviors and attitudes. It's a Six of Cups. It's really a card of a reconciliation and reminiscing about the past, being nostalgic about the past. And I feel like you have a lot of love for this person, but you don't feel like it's any point with having this. So I feel as if you have the love, but you keep it to yourself, because if you give your precious love to this person, it will only end badly for you. That's how you feel. So therefore, even if they ask you, you would probably say no. We need to move on. We can't continue working on this relationship. It has been too painful for both of us. It's too self-destructive. Even if you would want to say, yes, I want to try again. I want to please just change so we can fix this. But you probably don't say that, even if that is how you feel, because you have had some kind of awakening that makes you see that this is not a good situation. I can't have it like this. So it's you're a little bit torn between your love and empathy for this person and the memories that you might have with this person, and then the self-preservation. But I'm feeling like the self-preservation is winning, but you won't be able to just move on. You will still want the person, but you might not just tell it to them. You maybe keep it to yourself. Their behaviors and attitudes. We have the Nine of Wands together with the Six of Pentacles. Nine of Wands is really Sagittarius energy, but you can see it's a pretty destructive energy. It's like it's almost like there has been like a bomb there or something that have kind of flattened the city to its ground. But it's the same woman here. So I think it's your reaction that has flattened this person's structures to the ground, but they still want to befriend you. But the Nine of Wands, it's not a super trustworthy energy, because it's a person that can lose focus. Knights are like that in general, but Knight of Wands and Knight of Cups is the most unfocused energy, because it's it wants this day and that the next day, and this and this and this. It can't really, it's restless energy. So it with the Knight of Wands, it's very restless. With the Knight of Cups, it's often also very sensitive. So one little word or one little action can totally throw them off. They love you one day and hate you the next day. So it's very extreme. And it's the same with this. This person can really pursue you one day and really be like shameful and feeling like I did really do this the wrong way. But then 2 weeks later, they won't even acknowledge that they have ever felt like that. Because then they have some new agenda, because they feel, okay, now I fixed that problem. Now I'm going to move on to this problem. And for you, the problem is still there. They are still doing the same shady thing, and you still want them to change. So it's a little bit risk here. It's like they say the Sagittarius ruined my security by taking away their love. It made me homeless. It made me I'm feeling exposed. But their survival technique will probably make them go to a place where they feel as, oh, so what, you ruined our relationship. You will see, I will get a new one. So they might end up in that kind of mood eventually. So first they are feeling like oh God, I really did this the wrong way. But the next moment they will be like, see if I care. It's like they have the insight, but then they are protecting themselves from the insight by giving themselves an alternative goal that is not about you. The Six of Pentacles, however, with the Six of Cups, it shows that it might be that the person will stay a little bit longer in this more sober state where they are actually able to see right from wrong, and they might meet you here and kind of give you reasons to continue with the relationship and say, I will fix this, I will change. But the Knight of Wands here in this position, it makes me very insecure if they will actually succeed with it. I will think that it will be a very short time before they fall back into their old behavior, but they're going to have new awakenings, but then fall back again, and new awakenings, and fall back. It's how most of us work. We know that it's a bad behavior, but then we do it anyway when we are upset, or when we feel triggered, or when we are scared. So then it happens again, even though we know it's not the best behavior. We just fall into that old pattern again. So it's not that it's something wrong with this person. It's normal for everyone, but for you that can't tolerate this behavior anymore, but still has your heart in the game, you might start to believe that, yeah, okay, now they will finally make it, and you will be very surprised when they then do this stupid thing again. Don't be surprised. This will take a longer time to fix, and it's good that this person woke up and got focus on this, but I assure you they will fall asleep again. But hopefully maybe you can wake them up again, and they can see the errors of their ways and shape up, but then they will fall off the wagon again. It goes in a circular motion, and we get more and more skilled. If you would see the person now and then see them after 10 years with you, you would see big improvements. But for the 10-year later you, it will probably not feel that way. It will probably feel like, they are still doing the same stupid thing, even though it's not the same. It's just, it's new things for you to get irritated on, because probably much of this personality irritates you. Because it's the opposite of your personality in many ways. And you're probably supposed to learn from this person, and they are supposed to learn from you. So whatever they do that's super annoying to you, it's probably a behavior that you need to look deeper into. Do you have it yourself? Would you benefit from developing it yourself? For example, if this person sometimes is careless and more thinking about themselves, are you forbidding yourself to ever be careless? Do you always have to think of other people? So you might look what it is that triggers you the most with this person, and how it applies to what you need to learn. So some oracle cards from the Wisdom of Avalon. Merlin, Alchemy, Justice, Balance. So this is what's going on. It's like this oscillation between good and bad, right road and the wrong road. The wrong road is how we have these survival techniques or these addictions that's putting us in a bad position over and over again. But it's how we have been conditioned or learned how to deal with our problems, and it's not always the best thing. And how we learn is by being confronted with this survival techniques that we have chosen, and seeing the consequences of them. So what's really going on is advanced personal growth through really being in challenging situation that is also important for us, because if we love someone and care about them, it's very hard for us if the relationship is threatened. So it's really a carrot to behave in better ways and try to change. So relationships are really like a catalyst or like a fuel for spiritual growth. Deception and wisdom, the owl. So right now this person is aware of how they need to grow personally, But then we will have only deception left when they are starting to deceive themselves. And then they will come back to wisdom, and then deception, wisdom, deception. So it will go back and forth like that. And it's the process of learning, and you need to be patient with this process. As I'm sure the other person also needs to be patient with you and your issues. But it might have been that they have really done something that both people here in this equation knows they did it wrong. Okay, so, and this is from the dream oracle cards. So we'll see. Dare to bear all. So I think this is about you being very honest, being very clear. Like here we can see this vulnerability with you because you still love the person, but you have also become the wiser in this situation and seeing their more negative side. And this is you keeping a very beautiful balance, both being able to be honest about the good thing and the bad thing. So you're really being a very good mirror to this person. So it's easy for them to know when they're doing the right thing, when they're doing the wrong thing, because you're giving them very correct feedback. It might also be that your emotional system is giving them correct feedback. When they do the wrong thing, maybe there will come tears down your cheeks. And when they are doing the right thing, you will smile. So I think that you are very good. It's like you are a thermometer that can show the temperature, like hotter or colder. So since you are this very open and it's like you're an open book. It's very easy to read you. It's very easy to know when you become happy, when you become sad. You are a great tool for this person's awakening in that way. Tap into your higher wisdom. Yeah, I think this is what this person is trying to do. But sometimes they fall back and do those shady things again. But this can also be a good advice for you to try to see the situation from a above perspective. Not seeing yourself as a victim, but seeing both of you, what you need to learn and how you learn through this relationship. You don't have to stay with this relationship if you don't want, but it seems like it has a lot of growth opportunities. Okay. So I'll look with clarification with the Celtic Tarot. So clarify the situation. So we have Ace of Swords and the Magician. So with the Magician, right now this person is aimed towards, they want to be a better person. But this Magician together with the Knight of Wands, another day they might, not know what you're talking about when you're referring to this moment of clarity when what they had, because then they will be into their personal goals again and what's good for them. So clarify what's on your mind. So we have 7 of Wands and here we have 9 of Wands. So you have met your it's like you have reached your limit. You can't take anymore. And now whenever this person is poking you in this kind of way, they're going to know it. It's going to be like a clear no from you, and I can't accept that. And it's not going to fly with you, this kind of behavior. It's like an allergic reaction. That's very helpful because it shows you that you have had enough. So trust your emotions here because they are showing you where your boundaries are at, what you can tolerate and what you just can't tolerate. And clarify the Tower, what's on their mind. Page of Cups. So they realize how much they love you, but they also realize how much they have to work through. All this these black points are is probably supposed to be birds, but for me it feels like all their issues. So they're seeing it and they're a little bit scared to know all this that they need to change. It will be a relief for them when they go back to the energy of thinking that nothing needs to change with them and they are perfect as they are. Then they will want to feel so insecure, but for you it will be not a nice day when that happens. Clarify your bond between you two. Ace of Shields. So it's some kind of opportunity here. Even if it makes you very disappointed in the now, it holds the opportunity for both of you growing as people. Clarify your feelings. Three of Shields. You have been very oriented towards working together with this person, but lately you have started to give up. But this is your foundation, that you are very much oriented towards help and solutions and how to solve problems and how to do it in a way that's beneficial for both. But for right now, you have started to give up. Clarify their feelings. Ten of Swords. I have the Hangman here. So both these are, it's like drowning and hanging. So I'm really worried about their physical well-being right now. They can be in a danger of self-harm. So if this is a person that's really important for you, maybe it's can be your child or a relative or your husband or wife, you might want to talk to them and converse a little bit more instead of running away. Like explain, be this open and explain why you reached this conclusion and why you feel like this and what need to change and what you can't tolerate anymore. So the person knows clearly, so they're not confused. Then at least they have tools to know how they can change the situation if they want to, and they don't have to feel such deep despair. Okay. Clarify your behaviors and attitudes. So we have a Knight of Cups. You haven't reached your limit, but to how much you can tolerate from this person, but you haven't reached your limit of love. You have a very unconditional way of loving people, a very straightforward, direct way of loving people. That's very, it's very beautiful. So even if this person has done you all these things, you still offer them help, guidance, love, support. But I feel like you don't want to, but your basic being is still kind of being there for them. Clarify the Knight of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. So this makes me a little bit more positive that for a while they will have the energy to actually make the spiritual changes, the personal growth changes that you need to make. And clarify the Six of Coins, Father. Okay, so it seems like for a while they will take a lot of responsibility onto them to make positive changes, to grow, to be a good person, to we have the number 15 in their forehead. It refers to the Devil card, so being more aware. It's in the point of their third eye, so being more aware of their own shadow. And they will be stubborn with this. They will try to be the best version of themselves. This is still the warning that they will fall back into their black hole eventually, but it will be better and better for every lap. As I said, 1 decade, and if you compared to when you first met, it will be a big difference. So I'm feeling hopeful, but I know that you are going to be disappointed by this person many more times. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I was lost and I'm lost without you. So it's what we see, this naked bare to all and this Knight of Cauldrons, that you're really important to this person. They don't know how to grow as a person without you, without your like direct response and guidance. You're like a very clear mirror from when they're doing the right thing and the wrong thing. And this makes you into kind of their guiding light. I'm seeing the correlation between the colors here. So I think they come from a fog where they can't see this themselves. When they say or do things that's not good. But when they see the reflection in you and your reaction, that's when they are waking up to the fact that, it was the wrong thing to do. So I think they are losing themselves in just acting how they always have act, or acting out their anger sometimes, or their restlessness, or maybe they're sometimes break free from your agreements, or can be different things. It's this fog here that makes them act out of from triggers, from their inner drama or what they need at this split second. But you are like a guiding light to them. It's very important for them that you are there for them, and you don't have to be there for them, but for them it's important because they feel lost without you. Okay. So my dear Sagittarius, I would urge you to watch the reading What Do They Want to Happen Between You, and the love reading for September to learn more about this situation or this relationship. You can also order personal readings from me at tarot.com.se or check the description box of this video for current offers. And if you want to see new and exclusive reading from me and watch the channel normal reading in advance and ads free, you can become an extended member to the channel. I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel every week, personal questions readings for elements readings, and all signs readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check out the different levels through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And thank you so much for watching this far. Remember to like, share and subscribe to help the channel out, and hit the notification bell to get a heads up when a new video is out. Take really good care until next time. Stay awake, stay healthy, stay blessed, and bye for now.